Good morning, East Texas, and thanks for joining us on this live stream. We're live on Facebook as well as on our app, CBS19 Plus, if you want to join us there. And we're giving you an update on the bitterly cold air that's coming in. Today is a weather impact alert day. Meteorologist Sara, thank you for joining us. So if you're stepping outside right now, it's about 20 till 8. 23 degrees in Tyler. We are tracking the teens from Canton back to Sulphur Springs, some 30s out to the southeast, but all of our East Texas cities are currently sitting below the freezing mark. So lots of cold weather outside. And the bigger thing that you'll notice is the cold wind. This is coming out of the north, and it is a bit of a biting wind. We're seeing it between 15 to 25 miles per hour this morning, and that's enough to cut through some jackets. So make sure that whatever you're wearing today is wind resistant. We're sitting in the single digits for your wind and chill values across some of our East Texas cities. 9 in Tyler. Emory is feeling like 1. That's it, just 1. Teens and 20s out to the east, 20 in Marshall, and it's feeling like 20 degrees in Nacogdoches at the moment. Now, a couple of warnings I need to tell you about. This extreme cold warning is in effect for the counties highlighted in blue. It'll stay all the way through the day and into the night. It expires tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and that is due to the dangerously cold wind chill. This will mainly impact you if you're outside for an extended period of time, so do your best to avoid the cold as much as possible, and of course bring your pets inside. It is so cold outside, it's dangerous for them as well. And if you have any outdoor animals like horses or cows, make sure they have a warm barn to get into today. Now, we are tracking gusty winds, like I said, between 15 to 25 miles per hour, breezy out toward the Dallas area, and that is going to keep our feels like temperatures very, very low. So let me walk you through the day today. By the way, if you guys have questions about any of the cold weather or any questions about the weather, I'll be checking our Facebook live stream comments here in a second, so go ahead and comment those and I will get to them ASAP. All right, so we're looking outside. It's cold as you're getting started this morning. Due to the breeze, we're only feeling in the teens, maybe a few low 20s by the time you're heading out the door for lunch. We are seeing some mid 20s pop up, but really we're still feeling below the freezing mark during the peak heat of the day, and it's getting even colder later this afternoon. All right, I'm taking a live look outside on our radar right now. We are seeing a few little flurries pop up. That's out toward the Dallas area. Here in East Texas, we're not seeing any snow or any winter weather on our radar, just clouds out there. I have gotten reports of some very light snowfall out toward the Texarkana area. That's according to the National Weather Service. But for the most part, we are just tracking dreary skies this morning. Now, in terms of how the roads are, because I know that that's something that we've been all looking at this morning. There is the possibility for some patches of ice, mainly on bridges and overpasses. According to TxDOT, I haven't seen any reports of that much ice here in East Texas. For the most part, things are looking clear. According to TxDOT, Tyler, we got a report saying that that Tyler area was free of any ice, but still just make sure that you're staying cautious out there. So I don't expect any widespread road impacts today. If you do happen to see ice, go ahead and let us know. That way we can share the word so people know to be careful on that patch of road. But for the most part, no widespread impacts, but look out on the bridges and overpasses. This afternoon, we are tracking a breezy day, but the sun will come out, so that should melt any lingering ice, especially since we'll get above the freezing mark. That will help to knock out any patches of ice that are still out there. Tonight, we will drop below freezing again. No, there shouldn't be any remaining water on the roads for it to freeze, but there is the potential for a few pipe breaks, so that goes for any sprinkler systems that may not have been turned off, or any outdoor pipes. If that bursts, there is a chance for the potential for maybe a few patches of ice, but again, it's not going to be anything widespread. It would be due to a pipe failure. All right, we have gotten some reports from the Longview Police Department. There has been some ice in Longview. You can see the cross streets there. I'll go ahead and read them off for you. On Loop 281 and Highway 31, we've gotten reports of some ice accumulation, same in Eastman Road and Loop 281, Judson Road and Loop 281, and then Alpin Road and Loop 281. Once again, this is according to the Longview Police Department, so just make sure that you are driving carefully out there because there are a few small patches, but again, nothing widespread. All right, I'm taking you live outside our CBS19 studio. We're getting some coverage of our camera out there, but otherwise the roads are not too bad. People are driving a little bit slower, but again, nothing widespread, just those isolated patches. Now, as we're getting started this morning, bitterly cold outside, 22. Our feels like, though, is 8 in Tyler. Colder the farther west you go. That's just all due to that cold breeze. We'll keep things cold all the way through the morning here. You can see it'll be in the 20s through the morning. We'll see a few 30s popping up closer to 2 p.m. today. But again, it's going to take a while for us to get to the freezing mark. I think that we could squeeze it up a little bit closer to maybe 34 this afternoon, but really it's going to be a struggle for us to make it above the freezing mark. 36 in Longview, 36 in Henderson. We could see a few upper 30s to the northeast and out to the southeast, but overall a very cold day. And Tyler was sitting almost 30 degrees below the average. Usually we're in the low to mid 60s for this time of year. Now tonight, wow, it's going to be cold again. This will be the coldest air this season yet. 17 in Tyler. That's the coldest that we've seen all winter. And that would also unseat our daily record. The coldest that we've ever had on tomorrow's date, 19. 17 is my forecast, so it's going to be cold. And all across the board, we are tracking teens and 20s below freezing. We do have a cold weather effect, or a few cold weather alerts going into effect tonight. So remember that extreme cold warning that I already mentioned, that's already active. But we have a cold weather advisory. That's for the areas highlighted in light blue. That goes into effect at 9 p.m. tonight. And it will last through the night and into parts of tomorrow. Same with that extreme cold warning. So bitterly cold tonight. That's going to be the real chill that we feel from winter. So really it's the wind chill that we're tracking. So it'll be cold with our air temperatures, but you factor in that north breeze, we'll feel into the single digits for the most part. Make sure that if you are outside, you know the signs of hypothermia and a frostbite. If you start to experience any of those simple symptoms, make sure that you are finding a warm place to go and try to stay indoors as much as possible. There are some warming centers that have been opening up across East Texas. If you need to utilize one of those to stay warm, I hope you do so, because wow, it is going to be dangerously cold. And it's not just today, it's for the next several days. When we look at our wind chill, because that is really the thing that's going to get you out of this, it's going to be in the 20s and 30s for the most part. Now, we're looking at our highest wind chill value of the day. So that means that's the warmest that it'll feel. 20s today, 20s tomorrow. We're only feeling around freezing on Friday. We start to warm up over the weekend, but really it's going to be through the end of the work week that things are just dangerously cold. Now that's due to this little polar vortex that came through. We had a cold front pass through that was attached to that made things cold. Now I'm also tracking a secondary low pressure system that should arrive this weekend. That's not necessarily going to make us feel any extra chill, but it will bring a low end shot of rain. So Saturday we're looking at a 40% chance, Sunday 20% shot. That's mainly going to come through in the overnight hours. So Saturday we could get some scattered showers. This is mainly impacting areas to our south. East Texas will just get those scattered showers coming in. Could linger into parts of early Sunday morning, then it eventually clears out. We'll have some clouds lingering through the day, but then Sunday evening we get some sunshine coming back in, and that will pave the way for Monday, which is a very nice and sunny day. We finally have a bit of relief from the cold weather. We'll make it up to 70 degrees on Monday, and then it gets even warmer than that on Tuesday. So I'm going to go over here and see if you guys have any questions about the cold weather or any comments about some ice that you have seen on the roadways. Once again, I am checking on Facebook to see what you guys are saying out there. All right, it looks like no one has commented quite yet, but that's all right. I'm sure we're just getting started this morning. Once again, though, very cold this morning. Please make sure that you are staying safe and staying bundled up. I'm going to go ahead and throw back up our radar so you can see. Once again, nothing is falling from the sky, at least here in East Texas. So we don't have to worry about any sort of winter-esque precipitation. Lots of clouds are popping up out there. But again, nothing really falling, at least according to our radar. Out toward the Dallas area, there have been some reports of snow. The National Weather Service has been talking about it there as well. There have been some reports of some icy and slick roads, according to TxDOT, out toward North Texas, as well as out toward the Panhandle. Here in East Texas, not a ton. Just like I said, those reports from Longview Police, those were mainly along the loop out there, Loop 281, I believe. So lots of clouds but unfortunately that's not doing much to help our temperatures. I'll give you one more look at what we're expecting for the roads this morning, because really you want to make sure that you are staying safe out there. We'll have a few patches of ice. Like I said, there were a few reported in Longview, but it's really going to be the bridges and the overpasses that freeze first. And that's just because the wind is able to circulate below the road, so you're getting cold from both sides, and that's what allows us to have just that cold freeze on the potential for bridges and overpasses. But again, nothing necessarily widespread in East Texas. This afternoon, the sun is going to come out and melt any remaining ice. It will be breezy, but nothing severe out there. Tonight, while our temperatures are going to go back below freezing, we do have the potential for a few breaks in our pipes, so don't forget to turn off your sprinklers, and of course to drip your faucets, because wow, it is going to be cold. So just make sure that you're staying weather aware, and I hope that you guys are staying warm on this bitterly cold day. We have a weather impact alert all the way through the end of Friday, so we have this little push of cold weather that's going to stick with us. Thankfully, things are warming back up over the weekend. I hesitate to call Saturday warm. We'll only be in the upper 40s at that time, but still, it is better than what we are seeing today. Sunday, we'll be back into the 70s, closer to our seasonal average, still a little bit cooler than we normally are. But then on Monday and on Tuesday, we'll return to the 70s, and we'll have some sunshine and some relief from Old Man Winter. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more on the noon show today, and of course, keep following us for the latest on the forecast. We'll see you soon.